I have blisters.
In my brain.
Hey, I'm Blake.
And I'm Dave.
And this is the Disney Princesses episode of First Prize Films, a magical podcast where we each select a genre-specific movie and pit them against each other to find out which film wins the coveted title of First Prize. Dave, what does that mean for us?
So it's like your ETA and LA traffic? Mm-hmm. It's all a lie.
It's variable at best.
Today we are becoming royalty with these Disney princess films.
That we are, Dave. Today, I made you watch 2016's Moana, a film about doing anything to help your family. It's also a harsh reminder that no one in my family talks to me after I signed everybody up for that pyramid scheme one time. It sounded exotic.
Well, did it?
Pyramids and all.
And Blake, I made you watch a film from 2013, Frozen, a movie that doesn't have nearly enough snow cones.
I like frozen treats. I'm just saying. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. And if you enjoy the show, a thumbs up might help you become a princess. You might have to dig up Walt Disney's corpse for that answer, but I'm just saying there's a chance.
Yes, small as it is. Also, feel free to check us out on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, X, well, I don't know what it's called. And we're on TikTok as well.
Also, where the is Walt Disney buried? So, Dave, this is quite unlike any other episode we've done. You know, we often do like really specific kind of like genre movies and stuff. We're delving into lighter fare with Disney films. So,
sure are.
Are you a Disney fan at all?
Nope. I don't know why we're doing this.
Oh, it was definitely not my idea. But come on, like you grew up watching Disney films. We all did. We were all born in the late 80s, 90s, right? Do you have a favorite Disney movie from now or back then?
Like, I'm trying to think, right? So I didn't
Lion King or any of that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. Thank you. Because I was like, Mighty Ducks?
I'm talking about Disney animated films, my friend.
Yes. I would have to say The Lion King.
Okay.
I watched that with a cousin who's just a year older than me. We watched it when we were kids and we hung out all the time.
Yeah.
But a young boy growing up, and I was like, I'm going to grow up one day. Spoiler alert, I didn't. So
I thought you were going to say, I'm going to grow up one day and kill my uncle. You know, different goals, different messages we got out of that one. Yeah. I would say mine was probably, I did like The Lion King, but I liked, I think, far more racist stuff because I really liked the Aristocats, which is not exactly acceptable today. And I haven't seen it since I was a little kid, but I was obsessed with that movie when I was younger. And, you know, even like seeing little clips and stuff from it now, I'm like, oh no, oh boy.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Blake is a reformed racist.
I was a 3.5-year-old racist. It was rough.
That tracks.
But yeah, I loved the music and stuff. I really did. And I've yet to watch that movie again.
I can't say I blame you. I am curious, though. I know we both have nieces and nephews, and we will occasionally watch stuff like that for them. Yeah. Do you watch these kinds of movies on your own?
I do, actually. I wouldn't say I'm like a big like fan where I gotta go see them in the theater and stuff like that, but I do tend to watch them because I think a lot of these Disney films are well done. I think the stories are really well thought out. They're not like cheap kids schlock. Yeah. You know, Disney has well-written films. You know, I love Soul when that came out. Yeah. I think it came out during the pandemic and stuff. I love Coco so much. I love that movie. It made me cry a bunch. And
Makes sense.
So I wouldn't say I keep up with all of them, but I do tend to see them.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't see a single movie you just listed. So nice. Still to this day, I haven't seen them. But I will say after watching these two, I'm like, maybe I will. Because I forget that these companies like to sneak in adult humor into the kids' movies because they know the kids aren't going to fucking get it.
Oh, yeah. There's a bit of that in here for sure.
Oh, yeah. There's quite a bit of it. And you know the kids are like laughing like, I don't get it.
we don't get anything, but they laughed and we're laughing. We're all laughing.
Exactly. Everybody laughing. I have to laugh, you know?
I kind of have a bigger question for you, though.
Sure.
Do you think we're going to get sued for this episode?
Oh, for sure. We're going to get sued for this so fast. Disney's like the most litigious company on the planet.
Yeah.
So I have to say, I don't care. We're going to do it anyway. We do what we want. And deal with it, Disney.
You can't repossess my cat, bitch. But yeah, if you are listening to this right now, we either haven't gotten sued yet or we're getting away with it. Let's get this show on the road.
Let's hop right the fuck into it because, why not?
It's either this or eat shredded cheese out of the packet and pet my cat or...
That's good. Can we both do that, actually?
Cut, we're out of here.
Movie 1, Moana, 2016.
Okay, Blake, let's get the magic started, okay? The most magical podcast on earth. We are. Give me the synopsis for 2016's Moana.
When a blight strikes the island of Motunui, heir to the chiefdom Moana takes to the ocean with her idiot chicken to kidnap a narcissist demigod, force him to fight a volcano with arms, and perform heart surgery on an island to save her people from starving to death.
Sounds easy peasy.
That's what happens in the movie.
In the beginning, there was only ocean until the mother island emerged, Te Fiti.
We open the same way that every cinematic masterpiece does, with a metric ton of lore and exposition. Love that for us.
Exposition, man.
We learn that the inhabitants of the Polynesian island of Motunui worship the goddess of nature, Te Fiti. And I know the exposition thing sounded a bit like a complaint, Dave, but we don't have time for organic world building here. This is Moana, not fucking Dune. Anyway, back to the lore.
Okay.
He was a warrior, a trickster, a shapeshifter who could change form with the power of his magical fish hook. And his name was Maui.
Now we learn that the heart of the goddess Te Fiti was stolen by a demigod with a magic fish hook named Maui.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't say I have a type necessarily, but Maui kind of sounds like my type of man. Call me, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean like obnoxious and thieving?
I'm swooning, Dave. Swooning. But regardless, once the heart of Te Fiti was stolen, it unleashed a blight that has been slowly killing plant life on the islands and driving the fish away. Or maybe all that mercury in your fish-heavy diet is making you too dumb to fish. I don't know. It's just a theory that I believe in.
Listen, we can't say which one is true and which one isn't.
It's science at this point. In a time skip that would make 2001: A Space Odyssey proud, we hop forward 1,000 years to the island of Motunui, where we meet our titular main character, Moana, the daughter of the chief of Motunui.
Oh.
She's like most small children who are drawn to things that will absolutely kill them.
Yes.
In this case, she's drawn to the ocean. But fortunately for us, this is a Disney movie, not an A24 horror, so she doesn't drown immediately. She's met with a friendly ocean.
Oh.
It comes alive, Dave, to present her with the heart of Te Fiti in the form of a glowing green rock.
Yes, an infinity stone.
But I don't think they had Geiger counters back then, but I'm pretty sure this thing is radioactive.
Yes, like an infinity stone.
This is an Oppenheimer crossover.
Moana, come on. Let's go back to the village. You are the next great chief of our people.
And you'll do wondrous things.
You might be thinking to yourself now, Blake, the ocean gave Moana the heart of Te Fiti, and you said all that stuff at the beginning, so that's problem solved, right? Movie over, everything's solved, and we can move on. No! It's not that easy, Dave. There's a whole adventure we gotta get to in 16 years when Moana has more advanced motor skills. It's another time skip.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I thought you meant like she was going to learn really quickly. Never mind, go ahead.
Our traps in the East Lagoon, they're pulling up less and less fish.
Then we'll rotate the fishing grounds.
There's no fish. We've tried the whole lagoon. They're just gone.
Remember that little blight issue from before?
Yeah, the little tiny thing.
Tiny baby thing, really. Well, 1,000+ years later, it's come to Motunui where Moana is a teenager and learning to be the new chief. So I won't get into my issues with the monarchy here on Motunui, but Moana is realizing quickly that if she doesn't do something, the whole island is going to starve. So she comes up with a plan that is decidedly not cannibalism.
Oh.
Yet. She's going to explore the reef, an act that is both dangerous and forbidden. So let's see how that goes.
I'm sure it's going to go great. The dad's obviously overreacting.
There's no problems here. So let's just say the experience looked like any time I get into the deep end of a pool. Lots of flailing, some screaming, and maybe a little pee. The last one might have just been me. But the point is, Moana is humbled by the ocean, and she washes up on shore feeling pretty defeated.
You know, for a movie about the ocean, I don't have a whole lot of faith in a main character who couldn't even handle the ocean on a clear, sunny day.
She took one wave to the dome, and it's over, dog. She's like, guess I'm stuck on the island.
Dry forever.
Do you really think our ancestors stayed within the reef?
We were voyagers. We were voyagers!
So Moana's grandmother reveals to her that before the heart of Te Fiti was stolen, the people of Motunui were voyagers who sailed around in boats, unlike the people of Motunui now who never leave the island. It's like forbidden to leave the island, right?
Recluses.
And what does this all mean?
I don't know.
Grandma exposition, take it away.
Oh, okay.
One day, someone will journey beyond our reef, find Maui, deliver him across the great ocean to restore the heart of Te Fiti. The ocean chose you.
Uh-oh, she's the chosen one.
It's true. Grandma reveals that the ocean chose Moana to travel the sea, find the demigod Maui, my boyfriend, take him to Te Fiti to restore the heart and fix everything. It's the only way to stop the blight and keep everyone on Motunui from fucking eating each other, Dave. Shit is bleak. It's subtext. They don't say it, but you get the idea.
I was gonna say I don't remember them talking about cannibalism. So
it's just late. You just see it in their eyes and the way they look at each other.
Is that racist?
Hungry. Oh, maybe. Shit, the Aristocats is really wearing off.
Yeah, really deeply formed who you are.
So Moana takes off on one of the ancient boats, guided by the spirit of her grandma, who just decided to die real quick, and she's out in the open sea. The adventure has begun, but instead of fun and games, it's all wind and storms, which is a perfect metaphor for my life. Thanks, Obama.
What? I have to say, what is with Disney and killing parental figures?
It's true. They killed Bambi's mom. They kill every adult.
Literally, Bambi's mom, Nemo's mom.
Yeah, we'll get into
Moana's
the Frozen
grandma.
of it all, but everybody dies. Every adult dies in Disney movies. So after that storm, Moana crash lands on a small island with her stowaway pet chicken, Hey Hey, who is endearing, yes, but a little slow in the brain.
Yes, something I definitely identify with.
This chicken needs a helmet more than I do, but we love him anyway. But what Moana discovers on this little island is that she's not alone here. She's sharing the island with my tattooed dream man, Maui, voiced by Dwayne, a literal Rock Johnson.
Dwayne Rockhard Johnson.
Dwayne, I'm Rockhard Johnson.
We are
Dwayne,
in very strange
kiss
waters.
me on the mouth, Johnson.
Somebody get me out of this now.
Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea. I am Moana.
Hero of men.
What?
It's actually Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men.
So Maui's a total dick. He's like the Polynesian Jim Bro from hell, and he's certainly not going to go along with Moana's plan to have him restore the heart of Te Fiti. He tries to ditch her and steal her boat, but with the help of the ocean, she corners him on her boat and forces him along on the journey.
Good. Fuck that guy.
He's such a dick, dude. Like, he's so shitty. Like, obviously, he comes out, he's like narcissistic. He sings a whole song about like
himself.
Yeah, about himself and like you're welcome. That he's so great.
He literally says you're welcome.
It's a good song too. But there is a problem, Dave. There's pirates who want the heart for themselves. They're called Kakamora, and I like to call them coconut cuties.
No, Blake. They are pirate coconuts.
They're fucking adorable, though.
They're scary as fuck.
And cute.
Can't you shapeshift or something?
Do you see my hook? No magic hook, no magic powers.
Moana and Maui are chased by these little coconut pirates and finally outwit them and get away by working together. It's a lesson, right?
They do it just in the nick of time.
It's true.
Just in the coconut of time.
Hey, it's a coconut joke. Ding dong. But Maui still isn't fully convinced that he should help Moana. He doesn't have his magic hook, which to be clear is not a euphemism, and he honestly doesn't have much of incentive to do this anyway. So Moana decides to fix this issue with a little old-fashioned negging, you know?
Oh, yeah. Manipulation from a little girl. We love to see it.
Love it.
You'd be a hero.
I am a hero.
Maybe you were. Now you're just the guy who stole the heart of Tafiti. The guy who cursed the world. You're no one's hero. But put this back, save the world, you'd be everyone's hero.
First, we get my hook.
Then save the world.
It works. It works.
Wow. Just a couple of quick sick burns and we're on our way.
It's true. She's learning all these new life lessons, like sailing and surviving the ocean and taking care of the dumbest pet on earth. She also learns how to manipulate a narcissist, and I feel empowered.
Yes, to manipulate narcissist?
Yes.
Okay, great. That's what I got out of this too.
Again, I don't have very many friends. Now, they take off to retrieve Maui's hook, which is being hoarded by the most blinged out crustacean in the whole ocean, a giant crab named Tamatoa in the realm of monsters.
Which, I gotta say, I feel like the realm of monsters is a Blake fever dream.
It is. I love this place. It's fucking awesome. And the song they sing is good too. It's so cool.
I'd rather be shiny like a treasure from a sunken pirate wreck.
So Moana distracts Tamatoa while Maui steals his hook from all the shiny treasure stuck to his shell. But there is a problem because when Maui tries to shapeshift into a bird to get them out of there, he's about 1,000 years out of practice and can only turn himself into like a wimpy little fish. He can't do shit. But luckily, Moana's here. She distracts Tamatoa long enough for her to save them both.
Yeah, I was starting to sweat a little bit when they were fighting Crabzilla.
I know. I was like, this guy can definitely crush both of them for sure. Even with just the things, it doesn't have to like physically do it. It could just like knock something off of its shell and destroy both of these people.
Fucking crushed.
But now that we're back on the surface, we arrive at the dark night of Maui's soul here. He finally has his magic hook, but he can't control it and therefore has no real power, like usable power, you know?
Yeah.
It's like being a magician, but all you can do is like squirt water out. It's like, yeah, technically it's a magic thing, but it's stupid and not helpful in the least bit.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know what he needs?
What?
He needs a heart-to-heart where he gets motivated.
Needs a little pep talk. We do get a little backstory as to how Maui became a demigod in the first place.
I wasn't born a demigod. I had human parents. They took one look and decided they did not want me. They threw me into the sea like I was nothing. Somehow, I was found by the gods. They gave me the hook.
Basically, Maui was a little ocean trash baby collected by the gods and given his magic hook for powers. He spent all of his days trying to please the humans who rejected him and threw him into the fucking ocean, but it was never enough. And I'm not saying I can relate to this, like, exactly, but I am saying that it points to a distinct lack of mental health care for the gods, and I'm willing to go on strike for it, Dave.
Yes, there is a very distinct lack of health care for the gods of our world, too, i.e. boomers.
They are the puppet masters. They pull the strings.
A lot of lead going on there.
Oh, thank God Moana died before she had to see all that going on. But she decides to get her hands dirty and do the work herself by cheering Maui up. She inspires him to work on his powers and pull his shit together because they have one more obstacle to overcome before they can get to Tafiti to replace the heart.
Yes.
It's a lava monster named Tekka. She's a real hothead, if you get my drift. We've got a real molten temper over here.
Somebody
this gal does.
Get him out of here.
Roll the clip. Maui gets wrecked by Tekka, and his magic hook gets damaged. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly fight. He takes out his anger on Moana, which is a little dumb because this is her first time fighting an anthropomorphic geothermal nightmare monster. But okay, Maui, check your fucking privilege, dog.
God, dickhead.
Get out of here.
I'm not killing myself so you could prove you're something you're not.
The ocean chose me.
It chose wrong.
So Maui turns into a stupid bird and flies away, leaving Moana on her own and facing her own dark night of the soul. In this case, literally, it's fucking nighttime on the ocean. She can't see shit. But luckily, a spirit finds her in an attempt to give her inspiration one final time.
Oh.
It's dead grandma.
Hey, we love dead grandma.
I do love her. She kind of reminds me, for real, of my own grandmother. She has that kind of like wacky kind of spirit that like, you know, she's like, yeah, just do whatever. Like, you know your path. Oh, it's great. I love it.
Yeah,
hey, grandma.
Dude. I'm with it. If my nonna spoke any English, that's her. Would have been her. But.
I tried, Grandma. I couldn't do it.
Moana, listen. Do you know who you are?
And the call isn't out there at all, it's inside me. I am Moana of Motunui. I will sail across the sea and restore the hearts of Te Fiti.
Moana finds her strength through an undeniably catchy song and sails back toward Te Fiti to confront that bubbling bitch Te Kā herself. How she'll fight the immortal fire demon? I don't know, but I love the confidence.
I don't. I probably with. I don't know. I give up.
Moana attempts to dodge Te Kā long enough to get past the barrier which leads to Te Fiti, but she runs into trouble in the form of multiple fireballs traveling at like Mach 5, and when her boat gets overturned, she gets a little help from the gods. A god.
Uh-oh. I mean, yay.
Which god?
Maui! You came back!
I got your back, chosen one. Go save the world.
Maui's back, baby!
The band's back together, baby!
Whee! He fights Te Kā while Moana searches for the spiral on Te Fiti where the heart should be replaced.
Yes.
But there's a couple problems other than the fact that a kid's movie is keeping me on the absolute edge of my seat right now. Te Fiti, the island itself, is basically gone, and Maui's magic hook is destroyed by Te Kā. That is when Moana has a realization as she watches Te Kā.
You know who you are, who you truly are.
Moana realizes that the magma-fueled beast Te Kā is actually the island Te Fiti who became corrupted after Maui stole her heart. Moana replaces the heart, and Te Fiti returns to her luscious, natural green state and becomes an island once again. Moana did it!
Amazing. First of all, I have to say that when she like separates the water, Moana does. I wrote, all right, I see you, Moazis.
Take that, the Bible. So Moana and Maui now talk on the island Te Fiti.
I'm sorry about your hook.
Hook? No hook. I'm Maui.
So Maui apologizes to Te Fiti, gets a new magic hook, that is a euphemism, and Moana is thanked by Te Fiti. No questions, Dave. Now,
did we watch the same movie?
Finally, after 1,000 years, the blight is reversed, and Moana returns back to Motunui, which is looking lush and fishy. Two adjectives used to describe me at my high school reunion last year.
Yes, and in general.
I was escorted off the premises. Back on Motunui, Moana becomes chief and teaches the people how to be voyagers like they did 1,000 years before. All is right. Hey, hey, the stupid chicken survived, and we roll credits.
I've been staring at the edge of the water.
Man, I gotta say, I enjoyed this movie way more than I thought I was going to. And I will not let The Rock make me emotional.
Dude, the first time I saw this movie, I was like, okay, yeah, of course I'll watch Moana. You know, I was watching it with my girlfriend, and we were like, I was like, okay, she loves the movie, and we watched it.
Yeah.
And after the movie, I'm like, I love this movie. I loved it. I want to see it again. It's just like so fun and exciting and has so much to say. And I think it's like perfectly paced. You know, it's like not too long. It doesn't overstay its welcome in any scene or anything, dude. Like it's jam packed full of stuff. And there's lots of things I love about it. And I was really excited to watch it again for this. It's such a great movie.
I thoroughly enjoyed it too. And as soon as it ended, I was like, ah, fuck, Blake's going to love this one.
I did. But I have to say, I also do love Frozen.
Yeah, we'll get into it here in a second. I will say, though, that the first time I watched it through, I was like,
Frozen?
Yeah.
I actually had the same experience. I fell asleep the first time I watched it and was
Really?
like, didn't feel motivated to like see it again. And then I watched it probably last year for the first time in a while. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I got it when I did my notes pass.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, fair enough. Sometimes we're a little bit of late bloomers. You and I both, you know.
Yeah. What?
It's a feature, not a bug.
Well, let's get into that very weird feature.
I want a popsicle.
Well, you can't have one. We're going to get into Frozen instead.
Frozen treats.
No, just the movie Frozen. Blake, I have so little patience for this.
Let it snow. Let it snow. I love that song.
Movie 2, Frozen, 2013.
All right, Dave, give me the synopsis for Frozen 2013.
Welcome to Arendelle, a place located somewhere probably Nordic, where a kingdom falls victim to an unimaginable villain, its own queen. Watch as she fails to control her ice powers, in spite of having them her entire life. Run away where she learns to control her ice powers, but not to save the kingdom. She just froze entirely. And finally, watch her figure out she can control her powers at will, and then ignore the weird conundrum at the end.
Confusing, if nothing else.
Just like ice.
How does that work?
Elsa, wake up, wake up, wake up! Anna, go back to sleep. To the magic, to the magic! Oh.
So after we open with a musical number about ice, which is my worst movie nightmare, not because of the ice, but because of the musical number. Anyway, we meet our main characters as kids, Princesses Elsa and Anna. And holy cold shit, Blake, Elsa has magical ice powers.
Oh my gosh. And I have to push back on you about the ice song. Disney is one of the only people who could write a song about ice and make every fucking kid in the entire world sing about it.
Yeah.
I love the ice song. Anyway.
Wait! Slow down! Anna!
So the two sisters are playing around in a gigantic room full of ice and snow, thanks to Elsa. But of course, when children have superpowers, they always do something stupid. Anna takes a stray ice beam to the dome, and she is out cold. Pun intended, deal with it. Her parents rightly freak out, but luckily, they know a guy who can fix it.
This is a very niche profession.
Trolls? Shush.
And by a guy, I mean a sentient rock troll. He has the answer.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was going to be something weird.
Do what you must.
I recommend we remove all magic, even memories of magic.
Of course the rock troll has magic powers. He's a sentient rock.
Not to be confused with The Rock Johnson.
No.
Of
He's
Maui
not,
fame.
Yeah, he's
of
not,
My Boyfriend fame.
Right, he's not sentient. Anyway, the only way to save Anna is to pull the magic from her cold, dead brain and the memories of the magic. Why, you ask? Shut up, that's why.
Let's make a child brain dead.
Anyway, the sentient rock troll lectures the royal family about being magic responsibly or whatever. They decide instead to just lock the castle and never speak of it again, which is how I deal with trauma too.
There's a lot of apt metaphors in this movie, I gotta say.
I'm scared. It's getting stronger.
Getting upset only makes it worse.
That is not really great advice for a 9-year-old, but whatever.
Bury your emotions.
So after a montage of the two girls growing up and drifting apart, their parents, the king and queen, set off into stormy seas and die. Because what's a good Disney movie without a parental figure or two dying?
Dude, I forgot this when I watched the movie over. You know, it just like wasn't in my head because I didn't remember the parents' characters. I was like, did they just go on a really long vacation or something? No, they're dead.
It is Disney. They must very clearly hate parents. Anyway, it's been 3 years after their parents' watery death, and Elsa is queen now.
Oh, thank God, considering how well she can control her emotions.
Why do I have to wear this?
It's coronation day. That's not my fault.
And since Elsa is queen and finally old enough to rule, there's a big party for the young lady who hasn't seen public in, 10 years? How do we know she can lead? Fuck, how do we know she can even speak?
Right, there's a whole huge party for the agoraphobic. It's been cooped up in a castle for however many freaking years.
Right. Anyway, Anna is fucking stoked. And not for the party and not to see her sister, but because she might get to meet a boy.
Oh, dude, same. Girl, same.
It tracks for you.
Don't let them in. Don't let them see.
Elsa, however, is fully 100% unstoked and borderline panicked. She can't let any of her subjects know she can make ice cream with her fingers. Wait, that would make everyone love her. Why hasn't she thought of this? She is a child for so long, it never occurred to her?
Dude, I know, exactly. There's so many fun uses for this power that you could, like, win over your subjects with. Like, are you hot? It's at a hot summer day. Boom, personal air conditioning. In the form of a giant block of ice. Just whatever. Shut up. We'll work out the details later.
This is awkward. Not you're awkward, but just because I'm awkward. You're gorgeous.
Man, Anna didn't waste any time meeting a guy. It's not even the party yet, and she meets a prince, and he seems swell, and she seems nervous as hell. But hey, he seems to be into it. They both seem to be into it. Too into it.
Everybody's really into it. This is Hans, and he's, part of another, like, royal family, right?
Yes. He is a prince from a different family, which we'll get into in a minute. But first, it's coronation time.
Let's coronate.
I don't know if that's the right word, but okay.
Queen Elsa of Arendelle.
So at this coronation party thing, there's dancing, an awkward, nosy old man, Anna, and Prince Hans, which I guess, now we can kind of actually get into the fact that these two are way too into each other way too fast. And you know how I know that?
How?
Can I say something crazy? Will you marry me?
Can I say something even crazier? Yes.
They talk about getting married 5 seconds into knowing each other.
What in the notebook is going on right now, Dave?
Listen. I mean, okay, it's not 5 minutes. It's like a few hours, but same thing.
You should be defending this. Your track record does not help you here.
No, listen.
You have no room to criticize this.
No, I can criticize
no
all I
room
want.
to criticize
Listen,
this.
we're not going to get into this right now. I have one message for Anna.
Okay.
Girl, run!
No, for real, run. I have one message for Hans. Call me.
Luckily, though, Queen Elsa feels the same way as we do. She tells Anna and Hans, abso-fucking-lutely not, which is the exact verbiage. Don't actually watch for that part. And of course, this starts a fight between the sisters, and nothing crazy happens during this fight whatsoever.
Not at all.
I said enough!
Okay, maybe a little bit of light ice play happens, but that's no big deal, right? Wrong. Elsa panics and turns into Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat and throws an ice blast at the nosy old man and flees her own kingdom for some reason. And in the process, she accidentally turns the entire town into a Nordic winter wonderland, but like against their will, so like it's scary.
Yeah, not the fun way. Not the fun way at all. This is like a legitimately insane thing to do. And Elsa, not being confronted with other people in forever is like too overwhelmed by this. So she decides to, turn the entire bit of Arendelle and the surrounding regions into, I was going to say a winter wonderland, but more like a winter hellscape.
And if you thought that was insane, boy, strap in.
Oh.
I leave Prince Hans in charge.
Are you sure you can trust her? I don't want you getting hurt.
She's my sister. She would never hurt me.
So Anna is forced to take off after Elsa, who sings her way up a steep-ass mountain covered in snow, by the way.
Yeah, she got style, at least.
Yeah, I mean, sure. And for some unknowable dumbass reason, Anna leaves the guy she just met today in charge of the whole kingdom. Kiss it goodbye, moron.
Dude, Anna is like the most annoying character to me. Everything she does is dumb and annoys me.
It's true.
I know she's supposed to be like a teenager, hormones and all, whatever. But like, still, come on, it's annoying.
But it's not annoying is
What?
Elsa, who is still singing her way up a mountain. And she's also singing a giant ice castle into existence. And she's fucking pumped about it.
This ice castle is A, beautiful, but B, leaves me with one question.
Yeah.
What is Elsa gonna eat up there? I'd be so hungry. Being fabulous doesn't have enough sustainable calories at all.
Listen, Blake, that's a lot of questions. And I think if we just listen real quickly, Elsa does have a message for you.
I hope.
Let it go! Let it go!
So we're back with Anna as she works her way up the same icy mountain after Elsa. And she has a meet cute with another guy. Hussy. Sorry. Anyway, she meets Kristoff and his pet reindeer, Sven. We've seen them for a little bit throughout, but now we meet them for realsies.
I like this too. They're the dynamic duo. Kristoff is kind of the serious one, and Sven, the reindeer, is the goofy sidekick.
It's true. It's like me and you. I'm not telling you who the reindeer is.
I'm a reindeer.
Sven, don't you think that's true?
Yeah, people will beat you and curse you and cheat you.
After this little meet cute, Anna convinces, and by that I mean just straight up demands, Kristoff and Sven help her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, of course they say yes because, princess. But
Princess
also
and all,
because
yeah.
their business of selling ice during the summer suddenly doesn't have customers, because of the snow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get it now. Now
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Okay,
There's a whole
great.
bit of this movie that just didn't add up for me. Now I get it.
Perfect. Anyway, things are about to get a little bit dicey.
You almost set me on fire!
But I didn't.
Anna, Kristoff, and Sven get chased by wolves, and they have to jump a giant crevasse to escape. Okay? And physics be damned, they do it.
It's a cartoon. I don't question it that much.
And they continue their journey up the North Mountain, I guess that's called.
Yeah.
And thanks to all that drama for 30 seconds, we need some comic relief now.
Oh, thank God.
Hi, everyone. I'm Olaf.
Olaf? That's right.
And you are...
So when Anna and Elsa were kids, and Elsa made that big snow room in their grand ballroom, I don't know.
Yeah.
They also made a snowman together, made Olaf out of all the snow that Elsa conjured. And now, thanks to Elsa's ice magic, which apparently can create sentient beings, don't think too hard about it, Olaf is here, and he's real and alive, and he's going to take them straight to Elsa.
Olaf is one of those characters where I didn't know how I felt about him. He has some funny lines that I really like.
Yeah.
But certain things, like the first time I watched it, I was like, I don't know if I'm annoyed by this or not.
Oh, I love Olaf from the second I saw him. Absolutely hilarious.
On these rewatches, I'm Team Olaf.
Team Olaf is the only team. Wait, what?
Prince Hans!
Are we expected to just sit here and freeze while you give away all of Arendale's tradable goods?
Do not question the princess. I will not hesitate to protect Arendelle from treason.
Back at the castle, he's actually doing a pretty good job at the castle, I guess.
He is. I'll give him credit.
But I still got my eye on him, bro. Anyway, the horse that Anna rode off with to go find Elsa and then panicked and left her on the side of the mountain, that horse,
Yeah.
comes back to the castle, which means now Hans has to go take off and save Anna. Who's going to be in charge of the castle?
Dude, yeah, it's like it's taking out all the leaders one by one by one by one. Like, it's just, geez, they're going to let the butlers and stuff run in the city soon.
Basically.
Knock. Just knock. Why isn't she knocking? Do you think she knows how to knock?
Now Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf, not Sven because he couldn't get up the ice stairs, get to the ice castle doors. Anna is going to convince Elsa to just undo all this ice and get back to the castle already.
Control Z, Control Z.
Right, exactly.
We can fix this hand in hand. We can head down this mountain together. Just stay away and you'll be safe from me.
So Anna does exactly the opposite of what she intended. Not only pisses Elsa off, causing her to conjure a giant snow monster, she causes Elsa to accidentally ice blast Anna in the heart, which according to rock troll lore is like a death sentence because only an act of true love can unfreeze her heart or something.
It's true.
Anyway, everyone gets thrown off the mountain.
Like literally.
Now what? Oh, what am I gonna do?
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, Blake.
What?
We're going to have some unnecessary rock troll singing to convince Anna to just date Kristoff, even though he kind of sucks.
These rock trolls are pushy.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, we're not going to focus too much on this because weird. But we are going to focus on Hans and his team finding Elsa and asking her nicely to come back to Arendelle. And also, have you seen Anna by chance?
Good questions.
Up there! Come on!
Just kidding. The nosy old man's goons who went on this mission also are trying to kill Elsa. Which maybe if you're going to do that, you should have brought fire instead of crossbows to fight the Ice Queen.
Maybe literally anything else. Maybe anything that you could have thought of that would have helped you in this situation.
No. Luckily, though, they have Hans there who's able to use some quick thinking to distract Elsa long enough to knock her out with the ice chandelier from above.
Oh, this is intense.
Why did you bring me here?
I couldn't just let them kill you.
But I'm a danger to Arendelle. Get Anna.
So Hans captures Elsa, who is still queen, by the way, and brings her back to the castle in a dungeon, while Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf bring the slowly freezing to death Anna back to the castle as well. And now they can really get her help. And by help, need I remind you, is an act of true love.
Yes.
So, of course, she goes to Hans, the guy she's engaged to.
Yeah, that guy's true love material.
Sure.
Oh, Anna. If only there was someone out there who loved you.
Fucking knew it. Hans is an evil villain. He explains his evil plan, which is basically marry into this throne, get rid of Elsa and then Anna so he can have his own kingdom.
Yeah.
And after he explains this to Anna, he locks her in the room and tells everyone that Anna was killed by Elsa, and then charges Elsa with treason, sentencing her to death, which still isn't right because Elsa is still the queen, but whatever, we'll move past it.
Straight up, Hans is a giant piece of shit.
Massive.
Fuck this dude.
It won't open. It's frozen shut.
But before Hans can get to Elsa to kill her, she escapes, while Sven the reindeer convinces Kristoff to go back and help Anna, while Olaf breaks into Anna's room to help her get to Kristoff so that they can kiss as a real act of true love to unfreeze her heart. A lot going on, I know.
So much going on.
But wait, there's more.
Oh my god.
Back this way! We're trapped.
So I guess Elsa decided the best way to unfreeze the kingdom is to force a blizzard.
Oh.
Not really. She's having a full-on meltdown, bad choice of words. A crisis. And it is accidentally causing a blizzard, which is making it so much harder for Kristoff and Anna to find each other to kiss.
Just kiss already. Save the world, or Arendelle, or whatever.
Sure.
Elsa, you can't run from this.
Ugh. So Hans the dickhead has found Elsa in the middle of this blizzard and tells her that Anna is dead, which somehow makes the blizzard stop.
Dude.
Not important. So Anna and Kristoff are about to kiss when Anna sees that Hans is about to kill Elsa. She takes off running and... She saves Elsa by turning into ice and stopping Hans's sword, shattering it, I guess. And now Anna is an ice sculpture and dead forever and ever. No turning back, no matter what you want.
Rip.
Anna, you sacrificed yourself for me? I love you.
An act of true love will thaw a frozen heart.
Okay, so Anna sacrificing herself counts as an act of true love and unthaws her because they don't specify what kind of love, and that feels like a technicality, but who am I to judge?
I love this about this movie. It set up the whole, like, gotta be kissed by a prince or whatever kind of thing, but it totally subverts the true love's kiss trope, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Shut up, Dave, you cynical bitch.
Regardless, though, Elsa realizes that love can thaw things, so she starts loving, and boom, unices the whole kingdom.
She has to hug everything individually. Love you. And it melts.
Oh, that would have been a much longer movie.
A little more tedious.
I will return this scoundrel to his country. We shall see what his 12 big brothers think of his behavior.
Hooray! Hans is getting deported. It's the only deportation that I like.
They literally called ice.
Anyway, Anna is saved. Arendelle is saved. Elsa can now control her powers. And most importantly, Olaf gets his own personal snow cloud so he can stay alive.
I was legitimately wondering about this. I was like, how is Olaf going to do this? Are they going to make him stay in the freezer all summer or something? No, he gets this little magical ice cloud over top of him. And I was like, yay!
Yeah, it worked out great.
Oh, so sweet.
I like the open gates. We are never closing them again.
So what's the best way, do you think, to make it up to the people of the kingdom you accidentally froze for a few days?
Free hot dogs?
Wrong. Ice skating rink.
Oh, that's pretty cool, too. I'll take the hot dogs.
Well, I don't know. I think hot dogs.
I'm glad we're agreeing on something, Dave.
Let it go. Let it go.
We roll credits.
Yay.
That was Frozen.
I think this is a great film.
Yeah.
There's so much to grab onto, like, thematically, and there's a lot of decent subversions within that kind of typical, like, Disney movie, like, princess kind of, tropey stuff. And I think this one is really about, like, family and sisterhood and being able to, like, open yourself up and, like, trust your loved ones, but also don't trust Hans, because fuck that guy.
Stop trusting men you just meet.
Exactly. More hot dogs would make everybody happy.
Less ice.
Less ice. There's a lot of stuff to chew on here. that I think is really cool. And I think there's a lot of really great and memorable characters that my nieces would agree about.
Yeah, I liked all the characters in this movie except for Hans. And
yes, Hans sucks. I totally agree.
Yes.
I also think Anna is kind of annoying. I said it earlier, but she has her arc, and I understand that her being annoying is kind of part of that arc. I'm working through it, is what I'm saying.
I would really love to see this movie from Olaf's point of view.
I have Frozen, the Olaf cut.
Honestly, it's really what I'm looking forward to the most.
Release the Olaf cut.
Oh man, you know what? I have a feeling that this might be a semi-difficult Thunderdome. So let's hop into it. What do you say?
I do agree. These are both great films, and I really, really love them both. So.
All right, well, let's do it then.
Thunderdome.
Movie versus movie. Welcome to the Thunderdome. This place fucking rules.
We are back in the Thunderdome, and I'm feeling like an empowered woman, Dave. I love it.
Yes, me too. Let's kick some ass or something.
Something like that. But before we watch these movies, Dave, you and I decide on 5 things that we both agree make a good genre movie. In this case, Disney princess movies.
Yes, we sure did.
So let's go through them.
All right.
Number 1, we need a determined princess.
You can't stop her no matter how hard you sing.
Number 2, we need a fun-loving sidekick or sidekicks.
Every Dave has a Blake, or Blake has a Dave. Yay, fun!
Number 3, we need action-packed adventure.
No chilling on this ride.
Number 4, we need an overwhelming villain.
Whoa, dude, calm down. You're really harshing the fun vibes.
And number 5, we need a heartwarming ending.
Oh, they're so happy. I hate it.
Shut up, Dave. So, getting into this, in Moana, we're dealing with an incredibly determined princess.
Yes.
Or chiefess. Heir to the chiefdom.
Yes, heir to the chiefdom.
She's a princess. Anyway, Moana has been called toward the ocean her whole life, and when everybody on the island's existence is threatened by the blight, she fights against the Montanui's superstitions, her father's disapproval, the harsh ocean conditions, Maui's narcissistic ass, coconut pirates, a giant crab, and a fire demon to ensure the people of all the islands will be able to live without the curse of blight. This girl has gone through it all of this to save her people, and that's hella determination.
Yeah, so you can't take that away from her. She is very determined and stubborn.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs there.
In Frozen, however, Anna is immediately, without hesitation, the definition of determined. She sees her sister in trouble, both mentally and literally, and with no regards to her own safety, takes off into a winter horror land. She is going to help her sister and save the kingdom, no matter what. She climbs a snow-covered mountain in her royal attire, somehow has money on her to buy snow gear halfway up the mountain,
cash.
Runs from wolves, and still doesn't give up. So what if her sister ice blasts her in the chest, freezing her heart and nearly killing her? She's doing this, damn it.
She's going to work through it, okay? Growing pains, if you will.
Yeah, we all have them.
But luckily, both of our characters have people by their side to help them through this stuff.
Yes, we're talking about our fun-loving sidekicks. Frozen is great because it has 2 fun-loving sidekicks. You got Olaf and Sven.
It's true.
Olaf, the sentient snowman, and Sven, the nearly human level of intelligent reindeer, a.k.a. Blake.
Oh, yay! I was mad, but then very excited again.
Olaf is by far the funniest sidekick I've ever watched on screen.
Yeah.
He's just so innocent and caring, and he uses his own body to sled down a hill, which is amazing.
Is
he tries to help Anna escape the rock trolls before he knows they're friendly. And he has a whole dance number about summer, even though no one tells him that he'll melt. But still, he is absolutely a fun-loving sidekick. Oh, and Sven is fun because he's not our princess's sidekick, but he's Kristoff's sidekick, and he's always dancing around and smiling like an idiot. He's fun too.
It's true. I would call Kristoff himself a sidekick to Anna.
Yeah, but he's not really fun-loving. He's kind of a fun suck.
That's true. Lots of suck there. But, you know, he comes around in the end.
Yeah.
And I know I talked shit about Maui during my recap, which I still stand by, to be very clear.
Yeah.
But you have to admit, he's a great sidekick. He's
Yeah.
funny, both with his words and actions. He challenges Moana. He's her rock, and he teaches her what he can, like what all the stuff like with sailing and everything. Every little like mini adventure and stuff they get into is so much fun, and that's because of Maui. Also, this isn't to discount Hey Hey, the chicken, because his physical comedy, for real, this is not a joke. I think his physical comedy is unmatched. Name a better chicken, I dare you.
I can't.
Exactly. See? Point stands, Dave. Point stands.
Yes. I have to say that chicken really helped me, want to go along on this adventure.
It's true. Lots of stuff going on, which I think we can talk about our number 3 point action-packed adventure.
Yes.
Moana is front to back action-packed adventure. Like I said in my first point, we have Moana learning to sail, fighting the storms and the ocean, her traditions, dealing with Maui, coconut pirates, her dead grandma, the stupid chicken. There's like so much going on, and all of it is compelling. I don't feel like we ever have too much downtime, just enough to rest and reset for a moment before getting right back into the adventure. I think it's an incredibly well-paced film, and the action is unique in each part and exciting.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree there. There is a lot of unique action. But with Frozen, its adventure is fully action-packed. You got ice battles. You got sentient snowman sledding. You got running from wolves. You got running from massive abominable snow beasts. You have so much that this movie was almost called Frozen, Welcome to Ice Hell. But seriously, while the action in this movie isn't frequent, it is intense. Anna and Kristoff have to jump a crevasse while running from the wolves.
It is.
They get knocked off a mountain by the abominable snow beast, and who can forget all the Elsa ice freakouts?
It is true. There's lots of stuff going on, and I think Frozen does have unique action in that way. I did not see the Frozen ice monster coming, when I first saw this. I was like, what the fuck? What am I watching?
Yeah, that was pretty scary.
It was scary, but it's also exciting, but I didn't expect it. And that's where I think the dynamics of all this stuff play so well to each other. You have all the good with both these movies, and then you get into the bad.
Yeah, which helps us get into our next point, overwhelming villain. So Frozen likes to do things in twos. Two fun-loving sidekicks, and now 2 overwhelming villains. First, you have the obvious. It's clear from the start this person is a horrible, cold-hearted villain, Hans.
Yeah.
That dude
Hans
is so
sucks.
obviously devious. He toys with Anna just so he can get his own throne, and I want to punch his dumb cartoon face.
He's such a dick.
Anyway, he has this perfect plan in place to get rid of Anna and Elsa, and he nearly succeeds, almost stealing Arendelle away from the sisters. But Anna stops him by sacrificing herself and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the second overwhelming villain is Elsa, the queen. She accidentally uses her ice powers to freeze the entire kingdom, and instead of helping out, is like, fuck you guys, I'm moving out and making an ice castle. She uses her ice powers to nearly kill several people, and it takes the death of her sister to finally show her the light.
I have to disagree with you on one thing, though. I don't think Elsa is a villain. I think to be a villain, you have to have intent.
I think the people of Arendelle would disagree with you because they don't care about her intent. They care their whole village and town is frozen in ice, and she won't fix it.
I think you meant to say the bigots of Arendelle and Weaseltown. But on my side, I think where Moana is interesting is that there isn't just one main villain, similar to your argument about Frozen. There's villainy in a lot of people and things within the film, including Maui. He has a bit of a villainous streak because of his intentions. But I would say our big baddie has to be Tekka.
Yeah.
The volcano demon.
Right.
She's huge, on literal fire, and already has defeated Maui once before.
Yes.
So there's the physical and emotional aspects to overcome when dealing with her. It's a fight that takes 2 tries to overcome, but Tekka realistically isn't defeated by Moana or Maui. It's her recognition of the heart that brings her around.
I do find it weird, though, that the villain doesn't get its full reveal until the end.
I think it's an interesting way to do it, though, because we hear all about Tekka and its overwhelming presence. Then we get a glance at it as we do the first fight where it wrecks Maui. But then we really get to lean into it in that final big climactic fight. So I think we do get a lot of Tekka. But regardless of that, she does come around and we get our heartwarming ending.
Yes.
The ending of Moana is no doubt warming my heart right now. She gives the heart to Tekka, who turns back into Te Fiti. Her island, Motunui, is saved, and they cheer her return. Maui joins them. The spirit of Grandma is hanging out, and they all learn to sail the seas, just like how things were before the heart was stolen.
Yeah.
It's so joyous, and legitimately makes me smile like a doofus when I see it. It's just like, oh, everything worked out, and I'm real happy about it. It's great. It really elicits such an emotional response from me, and I really love it.
Yeah, and I have to say, when I first watched the ending of Frozen, I rolled my eyes. I'm like, fuck off, that's a technicality.
You would be upset about that. I love that, but go on.
But the second time, as I was doing my notes, there was suddenly like dust or debris or something in the air, and my eyes were like having an allergic reaction.
It happens.
The fact that Anna sacrifices herself to save her sister is in and of itself just so sad, but also heartwarming.
Yeah.
But then we see that it actually was an act of true love and also saves Anna. It just warms the heart and her heart. So
it works on two levels.
Which, by the way, if you think about it, Anna sacrificed herself.
Yeah.
And in turn saves herself. So then didn't sacrifice herself and didn't save herself. Oh God, Blake, help.
Paradox. I do love the ending of Frozen because it's more of a like family story.
Yeah.
And the act of true love thing, like I said earlier, is it's such a nice twist on the true love's, kiss or whatever. I think it's so great. And it's like, we don't need boys. We don't need kissing boys. Leave the kissing boys to me.
I do love how both these movies had nothing to do with, like the overall theme had nothing to do with boys. I thought that was great.
No, for sure. And honestly, both of these movies, like there's no like, oh, we have to do this so our boy will have to love us so we can be our true selves or something like that. It eschews that. And I think that's what's brilliant about Frozen is that it sets it up that way. And then it's like, nah,
JK.
And Moana just like, there's no like love story and it's perfect that way.
Right. I agree with you. I agree. Listen, I think that that brings us to the end of our Thunderdome. So I think it's time to just pull the trigger and
pull the trigger into our happy ending.
Yes, exactly.
Nothing to worry about here, Mom. Nope. Please don't call the agency again. I'm fine.
Hey, look, we did it. It's the finish line. We're at the finish line. Can I go home yet? All right.
All right, Dave, we're crossing the finish line, and
about time.
I don't know if it's going to be a photo finish or not, but
we'll see. I guess.
I think I'm a little up in the air, but I don't know.
You want me to go first then?
If you would like to go first, I would happily hear you.
If you're in the air, I'll go ahead and go first. I'm a little bit more on the ground and solid here. Solid as ice. Foreshadowing? Guess we'll see.
Foreshadow.
Normally I like to give us a little back and forth here. My little habit is giving us a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna go ahead and say my pick for Disney princess films is Moana, and that is because when I watched Moana the first time through, I loved it. I loved the ending. I may or may not have gotten emotional. Please don't ask my girlfriend.
I don't blame you, sir.
But when I watched Frozen the first time through, I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It took the second time for me to really love it, and they both meet their points equally well, I'd say. So it had to come down to feel for me, and I think the feel from Moana the first time through was more impactful. So, like I said, Moana is my pick for first prize films for Disney princess movies.
Both of these movies are great, but one of them definitely left me feeling a little more emotional and engaged throughout. Obviously I fell asleep during the first time I saw Frozen, but watching it again, I was like, oh wow, there's like a lot of things that like kind of again subverted some of my expectations and things, and I really enjoyed it because it felt classic, but like fresh. I think that's the only way I can really describe it. It still felt like a classic Disney story, but it had a lot of freshness to it that 10 years later still feels fresh to me.
Yeah.
But just like you, I have to go Moana all the way. I love this movie so freaking much. It's so much more of a personal journey, of self-discovery. Frozen is kind of more about family, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with the themes here, but Moana feels more personal and therefore feels more personal to me. I felt like, I was really on this journey and I liked the story more. I thought it was funnier. I thought it was more fun. Yeah. And I also like the songs better too. Like I know the Frozen songs, everybody sings and stuff.
Yeah, they're more viral.
Yeah, but I like the Moana songs so much better. And I love this movie. And it's honestly probably one of my favorite Disney films of all time.
Yeah, I would say I laughed more during Frozen thanks to Olaf, but I agree. Moana was more impactful to me.
I'm so grateful I took the time to see it, Not that I was like, okay, I'll see it. I was like, yeah, okay, sure. Like, I was open to it. But I was not prepared for how much I would love or feel impacted by this film.
Yeah,
As a 30-plus-year-old white man, I was like, wow, I feel so empowered by this movie,
Yes.
It's great.
I agree. It feels random for a two adult mid-30s men to be impacted by Disney films.
Here we are.
We won't dwell on it.
Here we are. Here we are. Last episode, we talked about true romance and Wild at Heart, and now we're talking about Disney movies. We're affected by a lot of things, Dave. We're complex individuals.
Which is a nice way of saying we are all over the map and have no idea what we're doing.
Which is a nice way of saying, help, we're in trouble, emotionally and physically.
Well, that's great. I think that was a great way to end the season. And we agreed. We went on a high note, a royal note, if you will. And I'm really happy with this.
Are you gonna watch more Disney movies?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, I probably will. And we'll see.
I have a couple recommendations for you now that we've opened Walt Disney's grave. I mean, Pandora's box. We're gonna watch some stuff. Disney, please don't sue us. Please, we loved your movies. Please don't sue us.
We'll take the publicity, but please not the suing.
We'll rebury Walt. I promise we'll rebury him.
Hey, First Prize listeners, thanks for tuning in to Season 4 of our dumbass podcast.
It's so stupid.
Thanks for laughing at and along with us. We'll be back in a few months with more movies and even more laughs in Season 5.
We do this for free because Dave and I one day will inherit the throne. But if you'd still like to support us, consider rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and wherever else you want to rate. If you're doing this on YouTube, a thumbs up. Maybe a little heart emoji.
Yeah.
Maybe your number in the comments.
Not that,
if you're Dwayne My Rock Johnson. And whatever. Short of that, I guess we'll see you next decade. I don't know.
Yeah, well, also in the meantime, if you want to check out our socials, it's at First Prize Pod on all platforms. That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on TikTok and YouTube as well. Yep. Don't forget to check out our website. It's firstprizefilms.com.
.org.
.com. You son of a... Stop it. They're going to get confused.
I'm having an aneurysm.
You're having an aneurysm. You're giving me an aneurysm.
Wait, what did I say? Aneurysm? I meant a priapism.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. See ya.
Bye.
$56.30. Elsa sings back, "No, go home, you suck." Exactly. I was waiting for you to catch it.
What the fuck did you say?